Hi, my name is Tuli and today I'll talk you through our divisions feature. With divisions, you'll have the opportunity of keeping all of your recruitment in one platform while still separating your branding and entities. This can be done via creating individual career sites and separate assets for those different brands or entities. Let's have a look. If you are interested in using our divisions feature, it is something that will need to be activated by us. So make sure that you reach out to either our support team or to your contact person so that we can activate it for you. Once it has been activated onto your platform, you can start setting it up from your company settings. Click onto your company name and from there to settings. Divisions can then be found underneath the organizational details. Here, you will now find 3 different layers, which are divisions, departments, and roles. Important to know that when you go to set up your divisions here in the platform, you will always have one that will act as the main company. What this means is that it will have its own main career site, which can act as kind of an umbrella type of brand or entity for the rest of the entities. On this umbrella brand page or the main company page, you'll have the opportunity of showing all the jobs from all the different brands, as well as within the Connect feature, all of those other brands are also going to show. Each other division that you go to create will simply have their own separate career sites with their own separate branding details. To start creating your first division, you'll need to click onto the pink plus button here on the right-hand side. Simply give your division a name, add a logo, and also choose a division manager if you have one. Importantly, to also note that behind these additional settings down the bottom here, you'll find the opportunity of connecting individual LinkedIn accounts to your divisions. When you are finished with the settings, make sure that you do click Save and you can see your division added in here. Now that your divisions are created, you will also get to create departments and roles specific to those divisions. To create them, you'll need to click onto the plus button again, simply write the name of the department, select Department Manager, as well as choose which division this belongs to. When your divisions are created and they are there ready for you to use, you'll notice that in different areas of the platform, you'll have the opportunity of limiting certain assets to certain divisions only. For example, what I mean with these assets is some of your templates, some recruitment settings, such as questions, as well as different kinds of add-on features that you may be using. For example, our interview kits, requisition feature, or for example, job offers or onboardings. Important things to think about whenever you're creating messages that are maybe only specific to divisions is that when you firstly go to create a new message, you will need to customize a couple of different default messages, such as the default reply candidates receive when they apply to your job ads, default reject message, as well as welcome to connect specific to that division. In addition to creating these kinds of default messages, if you also want to create templates for interview invites, you can then limit the availability of these from the very bottom of the page. By default, they will be available across the whole platform, but if you do then want to limit it to the division only, select this option from here and the division that this message will belong to. You will find the same availability section in the other settings that I just earlier mentioned. For example, when it comes to the questions, if we do want to limit these questions to a certain division only, when creating them, you'll have the same availability down the bottom in here. So either make them available for everyone or customize them to be division only. The next thing we will need to do here in the settings is to go over to our content section and turn on career sites for the different brands. To do that, click onto the career sites section from here. Click create career site for all the brands that you do want to have those individual career sites for. And importantly, these will at first come here as inactive pages, which means that candidate will not have access to those pages. However, once you are editing them and you do want candidates to come onto those pages, simply change the status to a published page. You will then be able to find up the top here behind your career site button all the different career sites that you can start soon editing. You will also then get the customized individual domains for all of those different career sites that you have. Simply click, open the domain section from here, and customize your domain name. When you now go to create jobs in your Teamtailor platform, you will need to specify which division your job belongs to, as well as which career site you want that job to be shown. When creating a job or editing an existing one, you will find those details in the section here. Select the division, add any kind of department and role details, and also here where it specifies career site, you will see that by default it will show it on the division specific page, but if you would rather show it on the main company page, you can of course also do that. In the Employees tab, when you go to add in users to your platform, you will now find the access level of a division admin. This user will be able to customize company level settings, but to only that specific division that we link them to. They will of course also be able to see all the active recruitments from that specific division, as well as all the candidates from that specific division. Lastly, you will also find divisions within your analytics in the platform. Here, you will simply be able to filter on the analytics details based on a division so that you can, for example, compare how those different divisions are currently performing in the platform. It's good to note that these divisions also extend onto the custom reportings, so if you do want, you can create specific custom reports again to that specific division only. Thank you for watching. Remember that if you need any help or have questions, you can always reach out to our support via the chat in your platform. Happy recruiting!